Alrighty guys, welcome back to Dan's Fitness Diaries, day 278. Today we're going to be juggling the soccer ball for 20 minutes straight as just a little bit of a fitness diary. We're going to see if we can go for the 20 minutes without dropping the ball. I'm just going to get my timer. I'm going to put the timer on. Where's the timer here? Timer, 20 minutes. And me and Claudia have just done a 45-minute leg workout. I did film a core video in there, but the microphone didn't work, so I'm going to do a double take. I'm going to just chuck this up for 20 minutes, and we're going to see if we can juggle this ball without dropping it for 20 minutes. I know it seems like something that's not very easy to do, but like I said, my background has been football, and football has been pretty much my life for a long time, since I can remember. And because I am an only child, one of my, I guess it wasn't my favorite thing to do, but one thing that I was drilled into doing was to juggle. And the best thing for my touch, or the best thing for your touches in football, is to juggle. Now, you guys probably can't really tell the difference between a pumped up ball and a flat ball, but this is definitely a flat ball. It's not pumped up, but the thing is, when you practice juggling, like at the moment, I can sort of not distinguish, but I can choose which way the ball goes with a different part of my foot. Claudia, I've just used your phone as a timer and it's here on the bench. So you can go take it, but just let me know once the 20 minutes is gone. But yeah, juggling is something that is going to practice your touch heavily, and if I was to look up at the camera, I'd take my eyes off the ball, which is a little bit difficult. Like, I can do it, but I'm not going to be able to do it for long. You know, like I can, see, because I might drop it, and because I've got Simba's bed behind me, I might just, there's not really a lot of space here. So the main goal is to be able to sit or stand. Sit, because you can't, well, you can sit down and juggle, which I'll show you a little bit of it at the end, which that's what I used to practice as well, sitting down and juggling. But the goal when you are juggling is to not have to move anywhere. You should be, well, this is my belief anyway as a coach, you should be able to juggle consistently without dropping the ball. First, start off with your bare feet, because you get to understand what your foot can do, and you get to understand different parts of your foot. Your foot's pretty much like a golf club. You know, it's not just one golf club. It's a whole set of golf clubs. You can change different angles, obviously, of your foot. Like a club has different angles, different irons. You know, it's used for everything. So, and one of the main things in football is your touch, and then it also comes with striking the ball, because you get to know what part of the foot can hit the hardest and hit the strongest. But yeah, this is what I used to do religiously outside. I got to a point where I was like 9, 10, and I got to about 3,000 juggles, and I just sort of, that took me quite a while to get to, and I don't really count anymore. I reckon, I don't know what I would get to. If you guys want to, leave the comments below just to count how many I've actually done. That would be amazing, but I obviously haven't counted since the start of the video. It's more about not dropping the ball for 20 minutes. And you can practice, anybody can practice this. It's pissing down with rain outside, so I can't really go outside and do anything football orientated, but I have been in the gym me and Claudia and I did finish, or we did a leg and glute workout. I think it was last week or the week before, but it's the exact same glute workout, and I didn't really want to film it twice. And then I tried to film the plank core workout, and there was just too much background noise, and like I said, my microphone wasn't working, so you couldn't really hear what I was saying. But it gets to a stage where you need to blink while you're juggling, and because you're so fixed on concentrating on the ball that your eyes start getting really, really watery, and you might lose sight of the ball. But don't fear, you get better at judging where that ball is, how far it is, and how much control you can have on that ball. And I don't know if I've previously said in videos, I'm thinking about going back to play next year. Pardon me. If the opportunity is right and I can get something for playing, because when I first came up to the Gold Coast I was actually playing for free, and that's the first time I've played for free since I probably went professional. And yeah, that's been a while. It's been 30, I was 30, yeah, 28, 29 when I came up here. So 29, and I was playing for free. I played one season, two seasons for free, but they helped out with my coaching. They gave me a field to obviously train on, and they gave me more boys. But now that I've gone away from that club, and they had a little bit of issues, that I ended up going on my own, but stopped playing. So now I want to be able to get back into it. But yeah, I've got no idea how long I've been doing, how long I've been going for, how long I've got left. But I guess we'll just have to keep the ball up. So we had this guy when I was playing football as a youngster. His name was Zane Sol, but we used to call him Shane Shoal as like a nickname, Shane Shoal. And Shane Shoal used to be the best juggler. He actually went on TV. I went on TV with him, but he went on TV because his record at juggling was 10,000. I got to 3 and stopped, but who knows where I could have got to, or if I was to count now, how long or how many I would do. But the main thing is here, the Instagram one's obviously going to be chopped, but the full video is going to be on YouTube, so you guys can actually see that how many times I do drop the ball. If I do drop the ball, that would be great. If I don't, which I don't really want to, but you don't really. A lot of kids, I guess, they go, it's a good day or it's a bad day. A good day or a bad day is sort of not assessed, but it's monitored by the fact of how much work you've put in behind the scenes to, do that stuff. If I didn't put in the work when I was younger to be good at juggling, I wouldn't be able to do this, and I wouldn't be able to do it for such a long time. Putting in the work obviously helps out. It lays the foundation. It's like riding a bike. You're not obviously going to get good at riding a bike with one hand, not good at riding a bike with no hands if you don't continuously ride a bike, because riding a bike obviously trains your balance and your core, and riding on a unicycle is good for your core stability as well. So the better you're going to get at riding a bike, the more times you've got to do it. So all those bike riders that are doing Tour de France and all the mountain bikers, they're probably quality at riding bikes. It's the same thing with Formula 1 drivers and supercar drivers. They're probably great at driving a car on the normal roads because of how much work they've put on the track. But yeah, we'll go for a little bit longer depending on how much time we've got left. The body is heating up and you do get warm, but this is not something that, you know, it is going to tire you out, but it's just going to practice your touch, your concentration, your ability to make sure that you understand what your body does, and yeah, it just trains your touch, touch. So, you know, keep at it, keep working at it. Wonder how much time is left. Claudia, do you reckon you can come and tell me how much time I've got left? See what the timer says. Surely coming close to the end. Because if it's come to halfway, I'll be pretty disappointed that it's taken.
You've been going for 9 minutes, 55.
I've only been going for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we've got a whole nother 10 minutes to go. Oh my goodness. What a nightmare that is. That's alright. We'll still do it. We're nearly there. Just around the corner. Halfway mark is gone and we're on the downhill slope. But yeah, the ball is not very pumped. It's quite flat, which makes it a little bit easier to juggle. If you obviously had a pumped up ball, the ball would sort of go and bounce off at a different rate, so you don't really get too much power off this ball because it's flat. But there's things that we used to do, you know, when we were kids, and that was juggle on single legs. It'd be like that. You'd juggle on the one leg and you'd be strong enough to move around. That was just like little juggling techniques, and then you'd obviously go to the other foot. Oh, woo! But my left foot is not as good as my right. It used to be. Like, I can do it, but it's not as comfortable as my right is, you know. So, and then you obviously you can do different tricks with the ball. So, you know, you can do things like around the world, which are these. Oh, see, I dropped it because I tried to be silly. I wanted to do that, but, you know, if I didn't try to be silly, I would have been able to go, I reckon, that next 10 minutes without dropping the ball. But stupidity, see? Choices too. Choices will let you down. Choices will drop the ball for you. And it's not, you know, it's not a good thing. If you're not prepared and you don't do trickery enough, like, I can do trickery, but now that I've already dropped it, I'm going to try do the trick that I've been trying to do, you know, which I'm going to do it now. There you go. I've done it just so everybody can see it, but yeah, he made me drop the ball, which was quite annoying. But anyway, we're still going to go for the next, 8 to 7 minutes I think we've got left. So we're on the downhill slope, which is good. But keep that ball up off the floor. Sweat started to come in now. It's quite a humid room. There's a bit of humidity outside because of storm. It's stormy season here on the Gold Coast. Pardon me, digestion's kicking in. Lunch is going down, which is great, but yeah, the body's about to overheat because it's continuously moving. It's moving at a steady rate, and I think I'm ticking off the goals for, you know, getting my steps in, making sure that the ball doesn't hit the floor. We used to do this thing where you just bounce it off the toe. We call that a pancake, like this. And, see, I'm not good at tricks. There you go. There we go. If that ball was a little bit bouncier, it would have been a lot easier for me, but we're just going to keep that ball up, making sure that the touch is fantastic. Now, if you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching this long of me juggling a ball. I apologize for dropping the ball, and if you haven't checked out the last 278 days, go and check them out, see if there's any particular one that you like, anyone that you want me to redo. There's less than 100 days left, so yeah, we're just going to focus on our diet being good. We're going to focus on our flexibility. We're going to focus on our strength. We're going to focus on our conditioning. We're going to focus on a lot of things for the last, 150, less than 100 days. Sorry, I was going to say 150 days, but we've gone way beyond that. It's just about coming up to Halloween, trick or treat. You guys like trick or treat? I don't think I've ever dressed up or gone and trick or treated, but I do want to go to Scary Nights at Movie World and do that, get that done and dusted. Still 4 years, haven't been to one up here, which is mental, but there's always a time for it. But wipe the sweat from the brow, and it just drips a little bit, gets in your eyes, can't see things. Whoo-wee. But yeah, show me how many juggles you can do. And there's a lot of people that juggle like this. They juggle on their toes. Yeah? Don't juggle on your toes. That's not the right thing to do. You've got to juggle on your foot knuckle. Foot knuckle. And the knuckle is the bit that you shoot with. The knuckle is the bit that you strike the ball, volleys. Everything comes from the knuckles. You hardly ever, and I mean hardly ever, use your toes in football to control a ball, or you hardly use your toe in football to strike a ball. It's probably one in a professional game that I've seen, which is Ronaldinho, the great Ronaldinho Gaucho, and he toe poked at top left corner against Chelsea, which was magical, but very, very hardly do you ever see it. And when the ball comes down in the air, it's mostly an inside the foot control, or you're volleying the ball into the back of the net if you have great technique. So first touch and technique is very important for myself, and that's how I train a lot of my kids, is first touch technique, and then you've obviously got to have some sort of conditioning to be able to think and control your mind while you do these things. So I think we're nearly there. We're just around the corner. Not long to go. But please guys, if you are watching this video, if you've already joined the family, thank you. If you haven't, click the like, click the subscribe button, join the family. Get a part of the journey, and try and get me, or try and be behind me to get to 365. Well, actually this year's a leap year, so 366 days. Ooh, it's getting hot now. It is getting hot now. Once the timer goes, we're going to try and hold the ball in like this position, and then I'm going to sit down. Try and sit down on it, but get that ball back up, and we go again. Because we've dropped it, I just want to see. I've only got 2 minutes left to go, so 2 minutes to go. We'll finish that final 2 minutes. We're there, home and hosed, and then we get to have a shower out in the rain because one of the boys has come over and he's fixed our tile, which just popped off the ground. The grouting sort of came away, and water got underneath the tile, which is not great, not good, but so I got to have a shower outside now, and the pouring rain and the thunder, which is fantastic. In the rain, in the pouring rain, and the thunder, yeah. Okay, we're just about there, 20 minutes straight juggling, juggle central. So things you can do with the ball, look, you can spin it to one side, you can spin it to the other side, oh, bad feet, you can spin it both ways, which is pretty cool. Again, drop the ball, we got a minute left, okay, we'll go for that minute. It's such a long time, like if you don't be silly with the ball and you can just juggle it nicely, then you don't end up dropping the ball, you know. You just keep that touch, keep that ball up, up, up. Could go up to the thighs if you really wanted to, but 30 seconds. I should have actually just done that and looked over there, because I can, 20 seconds left. Dropped it a couple times now. Once you drop it once, it's sort of like all the other drops afterwards, they sort of don't really count. But that was just stupidity by me trying to do some sort of tricks, you know, beforehand. It's just ridiculous. Time. Doesn't have a timer, but I'll show you guys what I mean by sitting down juggling. So that's what I used to do as a kid, just as practice. I used to just sit down and juggle on my feet and do obviously the other leg, and then I'd do both legs, and I'd just sit there, and I'd sit there for ages just trying to practice in front of the TV, watching TV and making sure that the ball didn't go everywhere. But thank you guys for joining me. Day 279, Dan's Fitness Diaries, juggling without dropping a ball, which unfortunately didn't happen this time. But we're going to do it again next time and not do any stupid tricks. Thank you guys for joining me today. Love you guys heaps. Over and out. Pardon me.